The hood seemed kind of loose. I don't know, not sure why. There's a little play here in the latch.
The latch looks okay. Oh my god.
What?
What in the hell?
Oh. Oh. Well, isn't that familiar?
What in the hell?
That's what I saw earlier. Yes, that's a fuel tank strap.
Welcome to Hoovie's Garage, the dumbest automotive channel in all of YouTube, and this is something really cool. The inner high schooler that is still inside me, well, actually I haven't matured that much since then, is so excited to own the coolest truck from that era, a 2005 Silverado SS. And yes, this is the cheapest Silverado SS for sale in the USA. I bought it for only $5,000. It has 190,000 miles, all of the lights on, but it looks like a pretty solid citizen. So if you haven't heard of these, well, the GMT 800 platform is something that I love. I've owned several examples, had them on the channel. Hummer H2, Cadillac Escalade, various Chevy Silverados, but this is definitely the coolest of them all, or one of the coolest. Basically, they put the 6-liter Vortec in this thing, 345 horsepower, lowered it, all-wheel drive, but 60% into the rear with the power, limited slip differential. You see the body kit with the SS badging. This was a hot rod truck, but in today's sense, 345 horsepower is, well, not that much. The normal trucks have that. Now we have 800 horsepower. Also, this thing was only $40,000 when it was brand new, but people thought that was way too expensive for a half-ton Chevy pickup truck. Little did they know we're now at $100,000 for similar vehicles. I really do think this will be a highly coveted collectible someday. Maybe not this example because it only cost me $5,000. But it's not as bad as it looks on the surface, actually. Well, what's on the surface is actually really, really dirty. I honestly don't know how good it is, and I know if I took it to the car wizard like this in its current state, he kind of visually sees that and then goes, ugh. So let's take it through the car wash. I'll take it on a drive first, and then we can walk around and look at this thing and see what I got. It just showed up last night, so really, I don't know. I'm just excited. Oh, it is a very, very dirty thing, and unfortunately, there's a slight odor. Now, I don't think it was the previous owner that put the odor in it. He smelled very nice, and he didn't own this truck for very long. It was too much of a project for him, but he actually drove it cross country and delivered it to me. I was a little scared because he was coming from the East Coast when it comes to rust, but the body, well, fingers crossed here, definitely, oh, that's not the right key. It definitely has an annoying exhaust, though, and scratch-off tickets. Interesting. Oh, extra parts. It's always a good thing. Well, shall we? All right. Well, that exhaust is super annoying, and we have all the lights. We have a check engine. We have brakes, ABS, airbag, the whole gambit. Wonderful. To be expected. I mean, only $5,000, which is such a steal for one of these. Usually, basket cases like this can be twice as much, and nice examples are now, you know, $20,000, $30,000. So now these trucks were lowered and given a better handling package, and well, you can definitely tell. I said it was more like a sports car than a truck. Well, that's definitely not true. It's still very much a truck, but it handles way better than, say, any other GMT 800 platform vehicle. And this one, plenty of power. Way more exhaust, so you're barking more than you're biting, but still, that's easy to fix. And the seats on the GMT 800s, that's why I like them so much. I think this is just the sweet spot when it comes to the General Motors truck, because you have this old school ride and soft, cushy seats and very simple but modern electronics and engines, no cylinder deactivation, no hybrid drives. These things are just built simply and built well for the most part, other than some plastic bits in the interior. And if you go older, say, to the previous GMT 400 platform, well, you lose a lot of safety as far as crash tests and all that stuff. This thing's modern enough to where it has airbags, crumple zones, all that stuff. A pretty safe vehicle. So I think it's just that perfect sweet spot. Plus, the older ones have just exploded in price, and these, well, they're not quite there yet. The SSs, well, some are going up, but the normal ones, I mean, they're expensive like everything, but not ridiculous yet. And no, we're not doing the touchless car wash. This car's already had all the touches it could have, so why not rub on it a little bit more? curious what we got. Oh, I've become a Smurf. All right, let's see what we got. The interior, well, it's gonna need a lot, but it's not that bad. We've got the normal seat blowout here on the side, the floor mats. That's a lot of crap, holy moly. But see what kind of body we have here. Okay, we have a scratch down here. That's not too bad, but not seeing much rust, just the start of something bubbling here. And just barely. Scratch continues down the side, but overall, I'm impressed. These are usually all rotted away by now. This is actually way better than I thought. The hood will buff. You're telling me there was a clean truck under there? Even the headlights aren't that cloudy. Wow, but let's check the undercarriage situation, which is a sore subject as of recent. Well, you know, not awful, but I can see the exhaust is, well, non-existent there. And what is going on with that fuel tank? I do believe that's a oh, it's being hung on by a ratchet strap. Huh, well, we'll just save that for the car wizard, shall we?
Wizard! Hello. Oh. Dead truck in the way, huh?
Yeah, today's truck day.
That's the one with the dead motor, right?
Yes, a locked up 5.43 valve.
Never heard of that before.
Never heard of that.
Well, 6-liter Vortec doesn't have that problem.
No.
Okay, we got a tight turn here. This bad boy fits right in here in Newton.
It sounds like the guy that works next door to me in his nasty vehicle. It sounds horrible.
Well, everybody in this town has no muffler. It's a requirement.
Yeah, no muffler Newton.
This is it. It also has all the things, Wizard. Stick your head in here, Wizard. Don't smell, though.
Oh, it smells like some vape bros have been in there just vaping it up. And some other things.
Axe body spray, BO, yes. But look at the lights, yes. Yeah, check engine, airbag, ABS. The normal.
Yep.
These things will run broken forever. But it is an SS. Did you notice?
It looks nice.
Yeah, pretty nice, huh?
Yep. There's 3 things that go along with these trucks. Axe body spray, black ice air fresheners, and vape pens.
Well, I don't know about this one, but the previous owner didn't do any of those, but he didn't own the car for very long, and he said it was a bit of a project for him. He didn't have the ability to fix it, so he sold it to me for only $5,000.
$5,000?
$5,000, but it drove up here perfectly, quiet on the highway, new tires, nothing acting like it was about to explode. I did notice one weird thing underneath, and then the hood seemed kind of loose. I don't know, not sure why.
Like crusty.
It sat outside under a tree, so it's probably gonna buff out, but I'm kind of curious. There's a little play here in the latch.
The latch looks okay. Oh my god.
What?
What in the hell?
Oh. Well, isn't that familiar?
That's been the theme lately, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's a little...
Oh my goodness.
I mean, you know, okay, stop it. I think the hood was replaced. I hope the hood was replaced. Or maybe that's just one bad spot, because...
Well, based on what I'm seeing here, this is something that's happening all over the truck. Even the air filter is rusted.
Oh, the nice Canon air filter that you love?
Oh, I don't love those. The steel mesh is even rusting. That's why it's red colored.
Well, surely it's not the Subaru. These things don't have, like, fall apart rust issues like, say, the Subaru that's known for, but they do rust. I mean, you did fix the Hummer that was very rusty, the H2.
Yeah.
Did a nice rattle can restoration on it, and it was, you know, it was brown underneath, but it wasn't...
Right.
It wasn't, well, I guess I need a hood.
Yeah, you need a hood. And the frame is solid steel frame. It's not like the Subaru where the body is the frame.
Yeah, well, I guess we can put it up and see how bad it is, huh?
Yep, let's do it.
But good old 6-liter Vortec. Looks nice and dry, but oxidized. What's that?
They used to have HID headlights and they're no longer hooked up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything other than oxidation.
No, there's nothing leaking on the front. Even the valve covers seem fairly dry.
I did tell the seller that I didn't want any rust, and he did go poking underneath for me because I told him I didn't want another Subaru situation. He's a fan that watches us, but he didn't notice this, and hopefully that's it. Hopefully. I mean, it's $5,000. I can't complain too much. I did notice this wheel earlier. Oh, that's something coming off of it. Hey, Wizard.
Yeah.
Can we procrastinate a little bit?
How's that?
Let's just go look at some other cars.
Is it starting to look bad?
The Ferrari, I'm going to save this for another video because the 355 is gone. It's somewhere else. Another shop. Is it because you couldn't fix it or for another reason? You'll have to find out in the next video. It's not. He fixed it. But looks like you got Bob's 74 Carrera up here doing some brake work.
Yep, getting some brake work done and a fuel accumulator.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, when I bought mine with the turbo motor, someone who watches my videos emailed me and Bob saying, hey, I've got a real one, numbers matching, that I'll sell. It was a great deal, but I just bought mine. So Urination Bob swooped in and got it. Good for him.
Yes.
ML63 battery drain because of the hatch, which wasn't working. So how's that going?
That's done. It's fixed. Magic Mike fixed it.
It's fixed.
New latch and a new button.
And a new wooden spoon. Okay, let's try it. Down.
Squeaky.
Squeaky, but does it latch?
It worked.
And is that fixing the battery drain?
Yes, that will be the last thing that was draining the battery. That was it.
Oh, so we have a few little bits, and looks like he's already on the valve cover gaskets. Hello.
How's it going?
Is this your spoon, or did it come in the car?
That came with the car.
Oh, that's very nice. All right, I'll spoon you a little bit as a thank you.
Anytime.
Yes. Easy valve cover gaskets on these?
Relatively easy, yeah.
Okay, good. All right, well, thank you very much. You're too kind. And thank you, Wizard. So,
Put the spoon down.
oh, you got any more good news for me on the GT350? I think you said something about the speedometer.
Yeah, so the tail shaft of the transmission of this does not have provisions for speedometer gear.
Okay.
It's just they're not even there. So we ordered a GPS operated. It's a little box that has an old style speedometer cable. So use a GPS signal to give an old mechanical signal to your mechanical speedometer.
Nice. Because this was full out race car with no speedo. I want to still use it as a race car, but I also want it to be a little more livable. You've added the key.
Yep.
You're adding gauges. So a speedo GPS powered thing.
Yes.
I mean, that works.
Yeah.
That's very creative. Thank you. I'll spoon you a little bit more. Thank you.
Stop touching me with your wood.
I'm just spooning people. Yeah, you're doing a good job today, Junior Man. So, okay, I'm sending good vibes because hopefully it'll come back to me on the Chevy because I don't want another Subaru incident. It didn't look. I looked under there briefly. There's one thing, but other than that, it didn't look that bad. So, please.
Let's find out.
Please. Please. Please, please, please.
I can smell the Axe body spray already.
Oh, please. Okay. All right, we're brown. Actually, I've got a wooden spoon now. I went and picked it back up. I broke it when I threw it, but now I can poke things with it. Yeah.
All seems pretty solid.
Yeah,
there.
pretty solid. I mean, just a rattle can restoration like what we did a few years ago with the Hummer H2.
Nothing's loose there. The boots look good.
Nice.
The pads are, they're kind of crusty. You'll probably replace them just because of the rust.
Oh,
The pieces of them are coming off.
good idea.
I don't know what that's all about. Oh, they had zip tied the boot on this one. I guess. Oh, I see right there. That part of the boot is leaking.
Okay.
We might need a boot there.
Front wheel drive, so here's the front diff. Looking nice.
4-wheel drive. Same thing on the pads here. But the boots look good there.
Great.
Surface rust there. That's a rusty shaft.
Oh. This is solid steel, so we don't need to worry about it.
No.
So that means there's no oil or transmission leaks to speak of on this thing.
None. Other than this is just from an oil change, and looks like when they change oil, they spilled some oil. That's about it.
Nice.
Transfer case is leak free. Here's our ABS. Is probably why the ABS light's on. These are frequently bad. The little control modules have bad solder joints in them.
Okay. Well, and the brake lines themselves don't look.
They don't look too bad.
The fuel line's kind of.
That does.
Oh. Oh. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Going into the fuel tank. This is just part of the frame, right? Some
yeah, that's
crossover.
a cross member. Here's your glass packs that are. Boy, that's a bouncy shaft.
Oh, well, I can see from here the mount's just completely broke.
Yep.
You need to go to a muffler shop for that, obviously.
Yep. What in the hell?
That's what I saw earlier. Yes, that's a fuel tank strap.
It needs a new fuel tank strap, so we'll replace both of them to be safe.
Okay.
Probably needs new shocks.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
The exhaust shop will take care of that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's what's left of a hanger. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brakes are recently done on the back here.
Hmm.
The backing plate's coming apart, though.
Well, it wasn't until you just pried it with a screwdriver there. The rust was holding it together.
Yep. It's all my fault.
The spare steel wheel. If I ever get a flat, that's not coming off. That looks like
Oh, man.
Titanic there. Wow.
Ooh. What's all
Okie
this?
dokie. Good question.
Those are audio video cables for like a house. I mean, for a TV.
Oh, I think it had a backup camera.
Yeah.
That's what it had to be. But one thing with the fuel tank is I tried to put gas in it earlier and it wouldn't take hardly
It wouldn't.
any gas. I mean, it was a trickle and a fight to get 5 gallons in it. So I wonder if...
So it could be the charcoal canister right here is no good.
Mm-hmm.
Or a valve, one of the purge. See, that's disconnected right there. Something's going on with your evap system. We'll have to discover what's going on. Why did it just disconnect it? Something's plugged or something.
That would explain my check engine light.
Yes, probably so.
All right. Well, it's not about to kill somebody like the Subaru.
Right, it's crusty, but it's usable.
Right. About where we started with the Hummer, and after about 8 to 10 hours at Junior Mint sniffing paint fumes, it was a pretty presentable vehicle.
Yep.
So, okay. So new shocks, no leaks.
Mm-hmm. Exhaust work,
Figure out the fuel tank.
some brakes.
I'm not spending more than a few grand on this thing, I imagine, right?
Probably not.
Okay.
Looks like your spoon paid off. You're spooning.
But all the normal rust spots on these trucks, you know, where they get bad,
Mm-hmm.
because the rockers, they look okay.
Yeah.
They got a cover on them, plastic obviously hiding a lot of it. And then where they all go in the bed, that's okay as well.
It's amazing to me that those things are still intact. But they are.
They are. Down she goes to her lower ride height.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking, Wizard, since we don't have much to do, maybe we should make this thing about as fast as, say, the modern trucks.
How so?
Supercharger?
We could do that.
That's something I always wanted to do with one of these things. I want to do all the cool bolt-on parts with the LQ, the LS engine, make it fast. Maybe. Let me know in the comment section what you think we should do. Of course, Hoovie's Garage t-shirts exist as well. You can click below. My blouse isn't unbuttoning very well, but yeah, there it is. Thank you for watching. Thank you for letting me spoon you.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody else in here. It worked. Good
worked.
karma.
It
Yes.
did. It did work.